Valentino, Vox, Velvette. In the world of Hazbin Hotel, these three are one of the most dangerous organizations in all of hell. The Vees. The VVVs. Something with Vees. A few days ago, I analyzed the show's big villain in Adam and gave him a score 1 through 10. Will the Vees get a better score or worse? Since you guys really liked my review of Adam, if this one gets 200 likes, I'll make a video analysis for Alistair. Is he a villain? Is he not? There's a lot to talk about. Let's do it.
Trust us.
Now that's good television.
The main goal of the Vees is to maintain and grow their power in hell by growing their power in each respective field. Vox handles the TV and video production, Valentino the adult film industry, and Velvette social media. It's a pretty straightforward motive, although at first glance it is a little generic, just wanting to hold on to and grow in power and status. To their credit though, they're very much secondary villains in season 1, and I would not be surprised to see their motivations change and evolve as we learn more about them in the future. I also think it would be cool to learn more about their past, their relationships and rivalries with some of these other characters, just ripe with potential. Until then, however, in their current state, I am going to say their motives are kind of weak, but do not worry because the best part of these characters is their crazy and vibrant personalities.
No, they have better shit to do than to listen to an old windbag who thinks she's tough shit. I'm here to represent.
It's impressive how memorable the Vees are in season 1, especially when considering they don't really have a lot of screen time. I think it's best if we just go through them one at a time, so let's go in the order of how much I like them. Starting with Velvette. She's confident, maybe a little too much so. She's energetic and definitely the most outspoken of the group. She does not give a fuck what other people think and whose feelings she's going to hurt, and when she enters a room, she just grabs everyone's attention. Vox, though, is a lot better in my opinion, mainly because of his rivalry with Alistair, something that shows us a lot more about his character. He's not nearly as confident as Velvette, although he kind of pretends that he is, even though I think he's a lot more scared of Alistair than the other way around. He gives off this kind of vibe of talking all this shit about Alistair on TV because he feels safe, but in person he'd probably never try it. I love that they're rivals too, a TV demon and a radio demon. It makes complete sense they don't like each other, and it adds to that ego of Vox, him thinking he's better than Alistair just on the fact alone that he's TV and TV's superior to radio, so therefore Vox must be superior to Alistair. And just like a lot of the other characters in the show, his design is super cool. In fact, I'd say I love the designs of pretty much every character in the show. Velvette is one of the weaker ones, just not that memorable to me, especially next to some of these legend designs like Vox and Val. And then there's Val, which when I posted my tier list, they said, oh, I was crazy for saying he's the best character of the three, but I stand by it 100%. We get the most time with him, which means more time into developing the relationship between him and his counterpart Angel Dust. We see firsthand so many examples of how awful he is to the people below him, something we don't really get with the other two. We see how manipulative and abusive he is, and it makes us hate him so much more. He puts up the same charismatic and kind of like suave front too, but then he has a dark side full of rage, and the crimes he commits is incredibly dark. He's easily the worst of the three. And what makes it worse is they show just how powerful he feels, and it really makes Angel a hopeless and tragic character. It kind of has that contrast that I said Adam and Charlie have, of Val being as bad as he is. It makes Angel way better as a character. It's one of the show's most memorable relationships for just how twisted it is.
I have killed bitches for less than this attitude you're giving me. You're lucky you make me money.
This will be easy. They don't have many scenes. Velvette really has one scene. Yeah, there's like that little moment with Vox, but really she only has one scene of real substance. Granted, it is a good scene. She gives us this good advancement in the story, learning that the angels can be killed, and then she just starts beefing with all the other overlords. The song is short but pretty solid. It's fast, entertaining, concise, and a lot of fun. If you want to talk about some awesome songs though, let's talk about Stayed Gone. Let's talk about Poison. Stayed Gone is an absolute banger of a song. What starts off as this intimidating and slow melody by Vox spirals into this insane energy and animation, only to later slow back down and give Alistair the same slow and intimidating moment Vox got in the beginning. It's an amazing scene and song to highlight this dynamic, and it sucks this is really the only scene they share together in the show. It gets me excited for this dynamic in the future. The other scenes of Vox in this episode are also great. We see more of that crazy up and down personality, as well as his relationship with both partners. And that sucks that Vox is the only one to do this. There's never really an interaction between Val and Velvette, which is kind of lame. You can kind of tell tell Vox sees himself as above the other two when he's really not. His personality is chaotic and crazy. It's fun though. Val doesn't have that same captivating personality as Vox, but he's scary as hell and really the only of the three to feel like a villain so far. Vox and Velvette, yeah, they're bad. We hear they're bad. And yeah, they give mean looks here and there. We hear about the things that they're doing, but Val's the only one we've seen in action. He is the only V without a song, which sucks, but he has a song about him in the Angel Dust diss track Poison. The lyrics do such a great job of highlighting how toxic this relationship is, and I like how the animation reflects that. It shows Val as this monster in the video, who's normal one moment and then this ravenous thing the next. The whole episode with Val and Angel is tough to watch, especially when you know that there's relationships like this that exist. It's sad, it's scary, and it's by far the most memorable episode by any V in the show. Also, that little bop at the end of finale, it's a great setup for season 2.
What did you just say?
You heard me. Alistair came back.
Right now, the Vees aren't much more than fun secondary villains in season 1, but I'm actually excited to see what they do in the future. Their scores might be a little low, but keep in mind this is all villains across media. And if they get better in season 2, I'll do an update to change their scores. Velvette is my least favorite though. I'm giving her a 4, which is still pretty good for a character with really one scene. Vox and Val are a lot better though, because their designs are sick. They have great songs, more moments, and at least one interesting relationship. Vox with Alistair, Val with Angel Dust. I'm giving both of them a 6.
That's for sure. I gotta send a message of who's really in charge of things now.
If this video gets 200 likes, Alistair review. Also, I just ranked all the songs on my second channel. Go watch that, subscribe over there. I'd appreciate it. Thanks for watching.
Chalky or Chandler, or I don't know, something mannish like that. She's got this hotel, and which of these makes me look sexier?